So, I had anxiety, well, I was aware that I had anxiety when I was about 19, and that was amazing because at that time I realised, well, the person I was talking to had asked me questions and was asked why are you feeling this way, and it was a family friend, and it just sort of brought up everything, like, whoa, actually this is actually huge, because I've started to cry, and this is something that I do go through all the time, and like, holy crap, this isn't what everyone else feels. This isn't normal. It's not normal to feel sad all the time, and to feel scared, and to feel nervous, and to be frightened of other people looking at you. And having that awareness was like a game changer. I realised then, okay, I'm a powerful woman, I'm a powerful person. I can turn this around, I can control how I feel. Or at that point I was like, I don't want to feel this way, I'm doing something about it. And this is exciting now. Like, I am going to uncover all these fucking rocks that have just been sat there stagnant. I'm going to let them breathe, I'm going to let the sun shine on these, and fucking just be open to finding out who I really am. And yeah, that then went on to, I read an amazing book called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway by Susan Jeffers, I think. And I'll leave the descriptions in the description box. And that was incredible. That basically just boosted my confidence. Instead of when someone asks, like, oh, do you want a cup of tea? I'd be like, oh, you sure? Is that okay? Or I'd just be, you know, didn't feel deserving. And I felt like I was putting them out. But really, they asked. And I won. So I would then say, oh yeah, that would be lovely, thank you so much. And I'd accept it. Accept the love. Give it back. So that built up my confidence a lot, and there was loads of activities, things that you need to kind of practice, like affirmations 10 times a day, saying these things. And that was amazing. That sort of got me out of something there. And then I went into anxiety therapy for, I want to say 6 weeks. And that was once a week. You fill out a form, like, how often have you felt like this, this. And the first time doing it, I was like, hardly ever felt like this, hardly ever felt sad, hardly ever felt like I want to hurt myself or anything. And then a week would pass and I'd be way more aware of when those emotions would come up. And so the next week was like, whoa, all the time, very often, here we go, yeah, this happens. And it's amazing what awareness can do, and just freaking, your emotions are huge in your body, and they play something so quickly to your physical thing too. So like when you go red or you're embarrassed, your face goes red instantly pretty much. It's the physical and the emotional, they play together so quickly, so well. And you can do things physically to change your mental state, and you can also be way more aware of your emotions and how they're coming up and how long they're there for, and how you can shift them and just breathe into it and just let it pass and let it rise to the surface and wash away. And facing that fear, or just like being present with it, can feel scary, but each time you do it, you're like, I can do it. And so when that emotion comes up, you know, as time goes on, as with practice, I know how to deal with this. This can go quicker now. I don't really need to breathe through this. See you later. You're not worth my time. I don't need this emotion. I know what I'm doing. I'm going to get back to you. I'm going to carry on with that thought later. Thank you. See you later. And that really helped as well. However, and I don't want to put anyone off it, because this journey that I went through has all helped to where I am now. So I wouldn't put anyone off doing any of these things. I just felt like with the cognitive behavioural therapy that at times I felt like I was not facing what was coming up, and I was like focusing on my breath to calm my body down, but I wasn't actually feeling the emotion and getting through it. And I don't know, that was my experience. They may well teach different things. So time was passing and stuff, and I went travelling, and I met someone in Portugal, and she was a German girl, and she was reading a book called The Power of Now by Ekhart Tolle. He is a German philosopher, and she was saying what was in the book. She was saying there's like love and there's God in this, in I have no items, in this there's God and there's love in everything, and it has an energy, it has it, yeah. I was like, oh, that sounds cool, and I didn't think much of it. And then she started telling me more of the book as we were like hanging out, and part of it resonated with me at one point. So I wrote the book down, I read the book, and my life was like, holy crap, like it just completely changed my whole perspective. I've never felt so much peace and happiness and enlightenment and just pure soaking up everything around me and witnessing this aliveness in everything, and having way more of a nicer connection to animals, to the sky. Sometimes the wind or the weather would change with my emotions, and it would kind of freak me out a bit. I'd be like, what comes first, the wind or how I'm feeling, and is it connected? Am I freaking out right now? Like, this is kind of scary. So at times it was a bit challenging, and I also felt so happy, so at peace, and I could kind of feel how I was feeling. And so when someone would act or talk with their ego, or would be very defensive or something, I'd be like, okay, it's just your ego, like, chill out. And I don't know, it was a bit, I didn't know how to deal with confrontation like that, or, you know, I would kind of come at them with so much, this is what you should be doing, like, seriously, I know this is, I feel so good, like, do this too. And that's not quite the way people learn. You kind of have to be present and allow them to be completely themselves, just like how you do with your emotions. When they come up, you breathe through it, you accept it for as it is, and you let it pass, just like how theirs would, and it would settle them. Anyway, that happened, and I read 2 or 3 other books of his. The Stillness Speaks and A New Earth. A New Earth was incredible as well. Just mind-blowing. Just the answers to things. Yeah. Just completely changed my consciousness, my perspective on life. And anxiety was just, I was just getting so much more happier, and yeah. What else? What else? Fuck, what else? When I went travelling, it was very high anxiety. I was very stressed a lot of the time, trying to find places to stay and situations, it was just all very stressful. But looking back, I had so much fun, and I love the freedom of it all. And when I came back home, I was so much more confident, because you're in that place. It's like you've taken a step back, and you've got a whole new perspective of life. You've seen a different side of the world. So coming back, you don't see that place the same. You see it from a different angle, and it's just so good to just get out for a bit and just get out of the bubble of where you are. And I think I got into yoga around then as well. Yoga was amazing. Yoga does some amazing things to my mental health and my physical health. Meditation as well. It's really good. This fucking video. I've been wanting to do a video for like a week since I did my last one, and now it's come about. I'm kind of all over the place, and I don't know what to say, and talking so much kind of drains me. But I also want to inform you on how I overcome my anxiety. I just can't keep up. I'm literally dragging up my whole situation of how I got through bad times, and I'm trying to like, how's that then? How's that then? Was I good then? What helped? And it's kind of fucking a bit too much. But anyway, let's nutshell it. Let's bite size. Yoga. Got really good at yoga. Did yoga challenges. Did yoga every day. Fuck. I would seriously just do that. Just do it. Do a yoga challenge. 30-day yoga challenge. You get better at yoga. You get way more present. You get so much more happier. You're so much happier. So much happier. And thing is, I'd feel like I didn't have time for yoga when I didn't do yoga. And when I did yoga, I then felt like I had time for so much more in my day. Like, what is that about? I don't know. It creates so much more space in your day, in yourself, where you feel like you have so much more time. Slowing down, you know? It's weird. It's a weird one. Yoga, meditation, and reading. What other books was I reading? I think I started to get into the power of the law of attraction at that point. I've got a couple of them here. Law of attraction. And thing is, this is where I'm up to. I only have like that much left, but I put it on the back burner, stopped reading it, and I got into the other one, Ask and It Is Given, and I'm about here, I think, about there, and I stop every now and then, and I think what happens is it becomes such a big part of my life, and it's so exciting, and it's doing right, that it almost feels like there's too much of it going on in my life, and I need to, okay, let's focus on this now that I'm in a good place, let's focus on this. And I drop all of that stuff that actually makes me get to that good place, and I think I need to just find a good practice to keep it going without getting distracted or overwhelmed or something. So yeah, and also, holy cow, I went raw vegan a couple years ago when it was cold. Okay, raw vegan is just fruit, nuts, vegetables, seeds, water, tea. I'd have tea, and nothing cooked, raw. So fruit salads, normal salad, peanut butter and stuff like that. And I was doing that to cure my acne, and I did that for about 3 months, pure, raw. And by then I was going through some detoxes, like everything was coming out, and my skin was, you know, I was getting poorly, but by 3 months I had stopped breaking out, and that's huge. It would have been like a week or 10 days or something that I hadn't broken out. I still had scarring and it was still red, but I hadn't broken out. And that, emotionally wise, I'm still vegan now, and I mean I do have the odd slip up sometimes, and I'm trying to gradually sift that out, but emotionally wise, when I was raw, you realise that certain foods can make you feel happy and give you that little boost for just that little bit of time, and what it's actually doing is just pushing down all those emotions, because you're not feeling them. You're like cake or whatever, and it's just kind of gone. And being raw basically cleared all those layers that I've built up, and I was just eating so clean and so much hydration and so much freshness that these emotions could start to come up. And it was a different kind of anxiety, because I hadn't felt anxiety, and then when it arrives, I was way more present with how I was feeling and a lot more settled, that when it did arise, it was something that was so strong and powerful that I knew it wasn't me, and I knew it wasn't something that I normally feel, that I could then breathe through it and just like let it go and be like, you're not good for me anymore, you can go now. And it was some pretty powerful stuff. And I also had so much connection with nature, and I can't describe it. You just feel so one and whole and happy and pure. Your mind feels so clear, and you have so much appreciation for like the sky and the weather, and it was amazing. And I definitely would do it again. I'm just, I don't know. I think I'm a bit scared to completely go down that pure road again, because being strictly like that, at times it stressed me out when there were cravings or something that I wanted that wasn't on that recipe book. So yeah, maybe another time when I'm traveling and I'm, free to eat what I want. Anyway, so now I'm vegan, and that's definitely just is still unclogging all of these things. And yeah, like I'm nowhere near as anxious as I used to be, which is fucking cool. And I'm meditating now. Recently, I think the key is I wake up, I start something straight away to help with my mind and to get onto a good path, and that is meditating for 10 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes. I set myself half an hour, yeah? 10 minutes meditating, 10 minutes stretching, because I'm trying to do the splits, and then 10 minutes Pilates. Pilates have done amazing things to my body, and also because it's so core focused, having that strength in your core, that can make you feel so much stronger just in yourself, because it's where you feel a lot of power, and if that area is strong, you feel powerful, you feel strong. So yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna start doing, and I'm loving meditation. Like, I think I've done 2 meditations already today, and it's really nice. Like, I feel all the tingly, I get kind of goosebump pimples, and you know, I feel so, I just feel so still and so just like almost nothingness, and it's peace, and it's only 10 minutes in your day, and that's because it's so little. You can really immerse yourself in it. Like, okay, I can think about that later. Like, I might as well really be present what I'm doing here and try and really feel everything, and it just makes you feel really good. What else? Yeah, like sometimes I do get anxieties coming up, and sometimes I go bright red when I talk to people, and I'm kind of learning at the moment to just let it be, let myself go bright red, and also not so much to let myself be anxious, because I know I can do something to help it, but to just not get so tied up in it and be like, oh my god, I'm all anxious now and this is really bad. You know, you just kind of got to be like, emotions are coming up, like I'm feeling really nervous today, I'm feeling really like on edge and jumpy, and you just kind of gotta be like, oh, I'm really jumpy today, or I feel really nervous today, and share it with people that you feel comfortable with, and being able to do that, just yeah. Also, glasses, like holy crap, I can see, like I didn't cover up that spot. Doesn't matter, but I can see so much more, and I know my glasses are like bright white in the light. Being able to see so much more clearly is, like when I first put my glasses on, I thought I was on drugs or something. I was like, holy shit, is this what people see? This is insane. Everything is so beautiful. And I guess that comes with like your senses. When you really touch in on your senses and you're heightening them, life just feels incredible. You know, when you can really hear music so clearly and so well. When you're feeling things that are soft and, you know, satisfying feelings, and when you can hear clearly, like I already said about music, when you can taste really delicious food, and when you can smell beautiful roses and just the flowers, or just smell delicious food, like you feel so like happy, and also when you can just see so clearly, it brings things so much more life and so much more appreciation and meaning to these things. I'm just looking at my camera right now, like it looks so incredible, and so I can see all the light around it and the shapes, and yeah, I feel so blessed that I can see clearly. I can see clearly now, I've got specs on. It's gonna be a bright, bright, sunshiny day. Yeah, and what else? Just gratitude. With gratitude being there, you don't feel fear. I think that's a fact. I'm not too sure. Gosh, what else, peeps? Just sharing how you're feeling with your friends, or people who you know will give you sound advice, and so I think it's a sign that because my camera's stopped recording, I'll stop these videos. I'm not quite sure. I think I'll just put the video up. I have nothing to bloody lose. Whether you lot watch it or not is cool. I mean, obviously I'd love for you to watch it and maybe see if you can relate or just get something from it. But me not putting it up there and not having anyone see it is also a bit pointless, I might as well just share. Obviously there's a part of me that thinks they'll get halfway through and be like, what the fuck is going on here? I can't be bothered to watch these, and it will set up a bad tone. However, I'm being honest, I'm being open, and I'm just letting things just do what they need to do, because I'm learning, you see, and I want to share that learning process and that kind of overcoming things. And yeah, I think that's the best way to grow, to completely be open and to share. So try not to get any light on my glasses, but yeah. Life is good. Life is good. Thank you so much for being here, and be sure to check out my Instagram, and I also have a website now, which when I pass my driving test I'll soon be able to do massages, and that will be my massage website as well. But there's also going to be a lot of spiritual connection on there too, and yeah, maybe even some things to sell that you guys could buy if you feel like it, once I don't know. Anyway, love you loads, thank you so much.